In an observational study, as the name would suggest, scientists observe subjects and look for correlations between risk factors and outcomes, but they do not actively experiment on the subjects or assign choices or treatments to these subjects. An observational study may be a one-time survey, or it may be that the scientists select a group of individuals and follow them for years or even decades. And observational studies are often used as preliminary studies, but they can also be used where experimentation is unethical or impractical. For example, it would be unethical to assign individuals to be exposed to asbestos and then follow their health over time, as an experiment would do. But an observational study of workers in a field where individuals are normally exposed to the toxic substance could provide useful information about its short and long-term effects on health. There are two types of observational studies we'll look at in this chapter. The first one is a prospective study. Now, this is the type of study where, again, researchers select a group of individuals they want to look at and follow them over time. One famous example of this is the Nurses' Health Study. In this study, groups of nurses have been followed for many, many years to see how various factors, including smoking, hormone levels, and exercise, affect their long-term health. Another type of observational study that we'll look at in this chapter is called a retrospective study. And as the name would suggest, again, we're going to look into the past. Now, there is a suspicion that zinc oxide, that's that it's a white non-absorbent sunscreen traditionally worn by lifeguards, is more effective at preventing sunburns that lead to skin cancer than the absorbent sunscreens we're used to seeing. An observational study was conducted to investigate if the exposure to zinc oxide is more effective in skin cancer prevention. Now, the study involved comparing a group of lifeguards that developed cancer on their noses to a group of lifeguards without that type of cancer. And they wanted to assess whether their prior use of zinc oxide or absorbent sunscreen lotions were effective. This study would be retrospective in that the former lifeguards would be asked to recall which type of sunscreen they used on their faces and approximately how often. Now, this could either be a study where we try to match people together, or maybe it's an unmatched study. But efforts would need to be made to ensure that former lifeguards that we are interviewing are of the same average age, the same lifeguard experience, same number of seasons, and the amount of time in the season that they lifeguarded. Observational studies are great, but observational studies are only valuable for discovering trends and possible relationships. It's not possible for an observational study to demonstrate a causal relationship